Good morning, friends. Today I am in Crested Butte, Colorado. And this is my first time in Crested Butte that I know of. I may have been here when I was a little kid, but this is my first time actually getting to choose to come here and check it out. And so far, I got in last night at around 8:30, so it was already dark. And I was extremely impressed with the town, even at nighttime. It's actually turns out to be really good timing because my last trip was to Ouray, and Ouray and Crested Butte are very similar in some ways. But if you saw my last video, I didn't care much for Ouray because it didn't feel like a real town. I felt like it, while they maintain the look of the town very well, they really don't, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a historical place. It feels like a theme park. So Crested Butte, on the other hand, also does a great job in keeping their historic buildings looking fantastic and beautiful. And they also keep the local culture, still going and going strong. And it's just fantastic. I've been loving it here. So a few quick facts on Crested Butte. Population is about 1,600 people, and it sits at about 9,000 feet in elevation. It was named because there was a early surveyor and geologist. That geologist was surveying the Elk Mountains, which Crested Butte sits in. And when he saw a few of the mountains, some of the taller peaks in the mountain range, he referred to them as Crested Buttes. So that's where the name Crested Butte comes from. The area was first surveyed by people in the U.S. by a surveyor and military general, John Gunnison, which is also where the name of Gunnison, the town, comes from, which is just south of here. Crested Butte was, I feel like a broken record when I keep on saying this, it was founded as a mining town. And specifically, it was founded with coal mining as its main revenue source. But like most Colorado mountain towns in the late 1800s, it really began to have financial difficulties when mining just became less and less profitable. Many of those towns that fell prey to that weren't able to make it and became ghost towns. But the larger cities and towns were able to maintain. The thing that kept Crested Butte on the map was the fact that there were so many homesteads in the mountains around Crested Butte. And the town had things like general stores, appliance stores, machinery, place you buy machinery, canning goods, just actually had regular stores. So that was able to keep Crested Butte from falling into the same fate that so many Colorado mining towns fell into. Crested Butte they kept going, never fell off the map or anything, but when I believe it was the 60s, was when the Crested Butte, I believe it was the 60s when the Crested Butte ski resort opened. And then, just like Aspen, Beaver Creek, all those towns became ski towns and relied mostly on tourism for their revenue. And I'm happy to say that Crested Butte was one of the ones that didn't ruin the town for it. It's still enjoyable to be here. And I apologize if I sound a little bit groggy today. It's because I am. I didn't upload videos the last couple weeks because I wasn't in a very good headspace. Pro tip, when you're going through big life changes, don't suddenly stop taking psychiatric medications. Doesn't turn out very good. But I got with a psychiatrist and I got back on a new medication. Feeling better, but I do feel a little bit groggy. I've only been on the new med for a few days, so still adjusting to it, but it'll get better. And while I've been wanting to come and do a video on Crested Butte, the timing worked out really perfectly because one of my favorite musicians is playing in Crested Butte tonight, which is Nick Shoulders. I always thought I would have to go to the southeast to see him because he's from Arkansas, and he isn't that popular. He's known, but he's not super popular, so I didn't think he would make his way all the way out to Crested Butte, Colorado, but he did. So I'm gonna go see that show tonight, and I'll post some clips of it in this video. But not a whole lot else to say. Crested Butte really kind of speaks for itself. It's just a beautiful place. So now we're just gonna go and walk around downtown and see the sights. So I tried out that Secret Stash pizzeria last night when I got in town. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I would recommend it. I got there pretty much at closing time, and maybe they weren't working at 100% that they usually would. For one, they had a mix-up on my pizza that I ordered, and they gave another customer my pizza and the customer's pizza to me, which they were very friendly in correcting that, which is fantastic. My main issue was that flavor, fantastic. It was delicious. But both the pizzas that I got from there, they were both extremely soggy in the middle. Like, I don't know if the oven wasn't to temp or what, but I don't know. I had two separate pizzas from there and they both had the same problem, so I'd say it might be a bit of a pervasive issue. I have no idea how you fix that. I am not a pizza chef, but both pizzas I got there were pretty soggy, and the ingredients tended to just fall off. But the flavor was great. I kept my leftovers for today, and I just had lunch at the park and had my leftovers for lunch. So I would recommend it. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt because the flavor was so good. That place is like my house back in Tampa, except 2-story. I swear I could fill up an entire memory card with just shooting beautiful homes and buildings in Crested Butte. You just can't look anywhere here that's not pretty. Just everything's beautiful. I'm so glad I came to see this. So I tried to eat at that, I was going to eat at that Bones Mexican place. And I sat down at the bar and I handed a menu, and it was, I'm not kidding, the worst menu I've ever seen. Ever. They really pushed the vegan thing there, which is, you know, okay, whatever. But like they push it hard there. Like most of their menu is not just vegetarian but vegan. And the worst part is that they push all that vegan fake food there. Like you can make vegan and vegetarian food that doesn't need to be fake. Just make good tasting food. Because when you end up making a fake version of something, you end up with a worse version of it. And it's all more expensive. Like, look at Indian food. A lot of Indian food is vegetarian or oftentimes vegan. And it's freaking delicious. It's my favorite kind of food, is Indian food. It's delicious because it was made to be vegan or vegetarian. It's not adapted to it. It's made to be without animal products, and it's amazing. Also there, so in, you know, tourist towns, you expect to pay, you know, a quarter or a third more than you would usually expect to pay at a non-tourist area. But that place was out of line with their prices. So I finally found something, after I got through all the vegan crap, I found something that sounded kind of good. So they had a carnitas enchilada, and I saw it was $24. It's like, yeah, all right, that's, you know, a lot, but it's a tourist town, so what do you expect? And I was fine with that until I saw that that was just for the enchilada, and beans and rice, which are basically free to make, were an extra $5. So you would end up paying $29 for an enchilada with the standard sides you would expect from a Mexican place. And I'm sorry, that's Disney bad. That's literal theme park expensive. So I just got up and left and ended up finding that pizza place. That's where I'm going to be seeing Nick Shoulders tonight. I am beyond excited to see him. I've been listening to him. I found him like year and a half ago or so. And I've just been listening to him nonstop, and I'm so excited to get to see him live. A couple of years ago, when I was visiting Junction from Florida, I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned it on the channel before, but I have epilepsy, and I had a seizure when I was visiting Grand Junction. And this was before I knew how to control them well. And in the ER, they gave me a saline and hydration packet intravenously, and man, I could really see how someone could get addicted to getting those. I never felt more refreshed than after getting that intravenous hydration done. You could really get hooked on that stuff. Crested Butte is still super awesome. In fact, I think it's taken the place as my of my favorite mountain town in Colorado. It's just beautiful. You can't even point your camera or look anywhere without seeing a beautiful view. Their advertising on their buildings is very conservative, and it's just very nice. You don't have, like Uray, you can't even see a lot of the buildings because they're all covered in flags and crap. You can't even see it. You can't even see the beautifully maintained historic buildings, and it really just goofs the town up. It makes it just meh. But I've covered all the main street of Uray. By the way, Main Street in Uray is called Elk Avenue. Fun fact. And today is turning out to be a definite 2 coffee day. So I'm gonna hit up the other coffee shop in town, and then I'm just gonna chill out for a little bit until the evening, and then it's showtime.
Starting this thing out tonight. My name's Nick. My last name is Shoulders. This is the OK Crawdad. Let's play some frickin' songs. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. I hope someday that you're lonely. Like me, I hope someday that you fill up with all the ghosts that you never saw in me. I'm a Nick on that from Brisbane. Y'all see me do my stuff. Why on top of them pole got hollering? I don't want to get rough. A revenue officer put me on the run, so I had to burn him down with my Thompson gun. I'm a Nick on that from Brisbane. I see me do my stuff. Any solace can be found. It's never long that I'm around. You set 'em up, I'll knock 'em down. I appreciate ya. When a man sees his black star, he knows his time is time. Black star, don't shine at me, black star. Black star, keep behind me, black star. Ooh. Some days are long, some nights never end. I'm born the fleeting seconds, but I pray to the coming wind. And time like so never stood around for me. I've loved every sky I've ever seen. I know I'll never grow too old to dream. hard feelings and hardened hearts, but nothing seemed to grab them until a patron he remarked, won't you play it in G for Jesus and let your Holy Spirit show. Keep your pain and your midnight trains, and on the higher ground you'll go. See you never, I hope we are determined to cope. We will not despair. Won't you turn on the dark? I'm really down and bright. Turn on the dark, I pray for endless night. It was never my choice for it to end in sight. Turn on the dark, 'cause I'm afraid of the light. But I'm out to keep danger honest still. I go out and sink into the dark steps of the night. But I'm out to keep danger on the night. Torchlights on distant ridges, rock-lined valleys, singing with every bard. From that water bottom to inland timber toll, it's the beloved land of snakes and waterfalls. Sentient pennies, every penny spent to sleep at the wheel. Sure been spinning awake in my bed. Last got to feel smiling with the sign of alcohol and undo with his straight side for hour and a half. Been right below, found here together. Reckon that we'll keep trying if rock bottom and never shows. Damned if you do, by damned if you do. But if you will, what if you will?
Welcome to Spooky Hour again. I'm staying on my cell phone because I don't want to take out my GoPro and my GoPro light. So I'm just using my night lantern right now. Holy crap, that was such a good show. My favorite musicians to see live are a musician called That One Guy, and then another one is called Daikaiju. And then I think Nick Shoulders has taken the third spot. I think Nick Shoulders is tied with the Goddamn Gallows as my third favorite person to see live. That was amazing. The energy of the crowd was fantastic. Just an amazing experience. I'm hoping that the cell phone footage came out okay. Usually cell phone video comes out pretty good, so here's hoping. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this day out in Crested Butte, Colorado. I know that I did. And I hope that you tune in next time. Have a good night, guys.